Protests continue for the 10th day in our area. But compared to 1 week ago when protesters were seen clashing with police, today's gatherings have been an image of peace. Thanks for joining us for KCTV5 News at 10. After a day filled with protests around the world and across our region, protesters are back out on the Plaza tonight. KCTV5's Leslie Aguilar is there now with a look at the latest. Leslie, how are things going now?
Right now, there's a crowd of a couple dozen people out here on the plaza, and that open mic has been there all afternoon and evening long for people to share stories of experiencing racism, read poems, or just perform, all peaceful forms of expression. And earlier tonight, hundreds of people took to the streets of downtown to make a bold statement without saying a word. Hundreds of Kansas Citians clad in white shirts marched a roughly 3-mile loop downtown. The march was silent, but their message was loud and clear.
We're out here marching for the people who have died wrongfully.
The white shirts made it easy to read the names.
There's not enough space for all the names that, over the years.
The 4 right here from Kansas City, still waiting for justice on them.
The group stayed on the sidewalks, didn't block any traffic. There was no need for a police presence.
There's peaceful ways to protest as well, and this is just another way. Nothing against the other protests. I think we need them all. But it's just a different way to show how many people can come together as a community to fight injustice.
The reasons that moved people to march varied.
Well, I'm doing this walk for my dad, who is a black man.
When I saw George screaming out for his mom, it broke my heart. Because in that moment, that's all he wanted. And we, as mothers, want to take care of our children.
So did the ideas for how change can happen.
It's kind of a dramatic phrasing, but the point, I guess, to really divest in our police and invest in our community through social engagement and nonprofits and uplifting from within.
Definitely local control of the police.
The number of people showing up, though, is proof that change is wanted and needed.
The black community right now is hurting, and for everybody to be out here in solidarity means a lot.
Many in this crowd will never understand what it's like to live as a black person in America.
Just knowing that you don't understand is enough.
Silence can speak volumes.
The silence, it's kind of like, well, how many of us have been silent for so long and not speaking up? And now through our silence, we're trying to say something.
Now back here on the plaza, such a stark difference in the protest tonight from 1 week ago. The streets around Mill Creek Park are open for traffic. Plaza businesses were open today, and there's no huge police presence of officers in their helmets and gear. In fact, a lot of the protesters here today say that it was those aggressive police tactics partially to blame for why last week turned violent. Reporting live in the plaza, Leslie Aguilar, KCTV5 News.
All right, Leslie, thank you for that.